One thing I've loved about this channel is just the constant growth that I've seen since we started it back in late January. But I want to continue to grow. In May, we had 9,865 likes. We improved in June to 11,090. And here in July, the toughest month in the year, I want us to get to 12,000. I need your guys' help to do so. It's free to hit that like button. All you got to do is go down there, hit the thumbs up button, and you know what? Tell YouTube you're liking the content so that way we can get more Packers fans in the mix. Welcome into the Packers Report, everybody. My name is Joey Petersen. I am your host for today's show. ESPN released an article and named one big surprise for the 2026 or 2025 season from everything that they've seen during OTAs and minicamp for all 32 NFL teams. Excited to tell you who that is for the Green Bay Packers. Before I tell you that, though, I'm going to give you a little bit of my take of last year's surprise to kind of get you in the mindset of what to expect from this year. I'd say last year's biggest surprise was Evan Williams, right? He came in as a fourth-round selection. You took Javon Bullard as well. You kind of probably expected him to be a little bit, I don't want to say better than Evan Williams, but I think if you thought you were going to get production from one out of the two of them, it was going to be Bullard. He played only 34 snaps in weeks 1 through 4, and then 439 snaps in the next 9 games with a 72.4 overall PFF grade, 34th out of 171 safeties. He was a really, really big surprise. He played really, really well in 2024 right next to Xavier McKinney. I know being next to McKinney is probably what helped him play that well just in general, and good thing is he's going to be next to him again this year, expecting big things from Evan Williams in 2025. Speaking of 2025, it's time to talk about who that biggest surprise might be for your Green Bay Packers. Let's get the drum roll going because it is Jacob Monk. That is who ESPN has said is the biggest surprise so far and what they expect to be in 2025. Now, I'm not going to lie. This surprised me a little bit, and I bet it probably surprised you as well. When I clicked on that article, scrolled down to find the GB, Jacob Monk was not the name I thought I was going to see there, but after hearing a little bit from ESPN, it makes sense. It said almost all the Packers' offseason practices were at a jog-through speed, so it would be unwise to make any major assessments based on those sessions. Seeing he lined up where and with what units was about the only thing worth noting. In that regard, it was a good offseason for the second-year center. With Jenkins skipping the entire offseason program, Monk got the bulk of the work with the starters. He's done a nice job, Coach Matt LaFleur said in the 2024 fifth-round pick. He's a lot more comfortable and confident in terms of going out there and knowing what to do. And for him, it's just going to come down to those live reps. So why is this great news, you ask? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, it's always great to have depth on the offensive line. That's something you want all year long because, as we know and as we've seen year after year, injuries are such a massive part of this game. And a lot of the times, the team that can go the farthest is either the team that has had the least amount of injuries or the team that has the best depth. Also, it's really, really great news because of what's happening right now with Elgton Jenkins. We're going to dive into that a little bit more, but he hasn't been to a OTA yet. He hasn't been to a minicamp practice. I doubt he'll show up to the start of training camp unless something gets ironed out. So having a guy like Jacob Monk, who so far has looked really, really good, to have confidence in that guy going into 2025 is absolutely huge. Because you look at this offensive line room as it sits right now, and sure, Elgton Jenkins is right there at starting center because if you had to run out of starting 5 right now with absolutely zero problems and all these guys had to play, it would be Elgton Jenkins. But Monk is right there behind him. There's still a lot that needs to get ironed out. There's still a lot that needs to get figured out. But for Matt LaFleur to have a guy in the center position that he has a lot of confidence in as a backup is absolutely huge for this next season. I got some devastating news. Some sad news, okay? I was wrong. I said that we were the most subscribed to channel in the month of June. When I said that, it's because I thought we were, but it takes one more day for the analytics to fully get in there, and Steelers Talk actually beat us by only 9 subscribers, which is devastating. Really, really sad. And I don't want to ever feel that way again, okay? Second place, it's great. especially for a channel that's only been with this company for 5 months, but it's not where we want to be. We want to be number one, okay? We lost June. July is here. It's time to get better. If you guys have not yet, join us today. Hit that subscribe button and join this train before it's already left the station, okay? We are growing so rapidly, and it's thanks to all of you diehard Packers fans. This is the best place to be for daily coverage. Lock us in. Hit that free subscribe button. Let's get to know Monk a little bit better. He was 163rd overall pick in 2024, drafted out of Duke University, 6'3", 309 pounds. Is Duke University or is University of Duke? It's Duke University, right? Yeah, Duke University. 31 reps on the bench press of 225 pounds. Like, I don't even know if I get that with 225s on each end. He can play guard and center, pretty much split his senior year at Duke, playing guard and center. One of his, I guess, not the best things about him, one of his cons, he does have a little bit of a tendency to lean forward, which kind of causes him to lose a bit of leverage, but, that was in college, and he's going to grow a lot now that he's been in the National Football League for a year. Elgton Jenkins. This is the biggest reason why this is such great news, right? This tweet came out from Packers Wire, May 13th. Packers offensive lineman Elgton Jenkins wants to rework his contract ahead of the position change to center. As we all know, Jenkins played last year at left guard. Then Aaron Banks got brought in. Jenkins is going to move to center after Myers left in free agency. And right now on his contract, he has 2 years left, total of $42 million, average 21.2, no guaranteed money left. And if you're looking at that contract in terms of the center position, it's one of the highest paid centers in the National Football League, right? And he wants to be valued a little bit higher because he's shown, you know what, I'm not just a center, I'm versatile. I can play at the left guard. I can go wherever you need me to go. I think that is his biggest thing, right? He wants to get paid because of the value that he's given. He doesn't want to move to another position and get a pay cut because that position makes less money, which, I'll be honest with you, I kind of get. And it definitely doesn't help going into this year with no guaranteed money left. I hope that this will get figured out. I really, really do. I think this needs to get figured out, especially because as of right now, the way this offense sits with the quarterback position being the way it is, the running back position, the confidence that we've got in that group, the wide receiver room, which we have more confidence in that group for the first time than I don't even know when. The offensive line, when they're all there and they're all starting and like they're all healthy, I feel great about that group as well, but there's been some drama. Right? Now, Anthony Belton's not a starter, but he still hasn't signed his contract at the current recording of this video. Elgton Jenkins, he's got the holdout going on throughout minicamp and throughout OTAs. Zach Tom, he's looking to get a new deal. Brian Gutekunst said they're kind of in the beginning stages of that, and they're working through it, but I wouldn't be shocked if there was a Zach Tom holdout during training camp. Like, I don't think it's going to happen, but it definitely could. There's just a lot going on in that offensive line room. It feels like we're talking about a wide receiver room, but we're not. So I hope it all gets figured out. But the good thing is if it doesn't, Monk is a guy that this team will be able to lean on. Drop some names for me, okay? Who do you think will be the biggest surprise in 2025? ESPN says it's going to be Jacob Monk. You let me know your thoughts. I'm going to give you my 5 biggest surprises for this next season. Tyrone Hopper is coming in at number 5. I know he had a really, really good year last year. I know it's a really, really crowded room in that linebacker group, but I expect him to just continue to build on what he did last year and prove and show his athleticism each and every single game. Number 4, Kamal Hadden. Only played sparingly last year out of the University of Tennessee, so of course I'm a little bit biased. I was at school with Kamal Hadden. Me and Kamal Hadden actually were kind of tight when I worked for the football team. He's a cool guy. Regardless, he made a lot of plays in OTAs, made a lot of plays in minicamp. He's been talked about a lot on social media, and I think with Jair Alexander being off this roster, his, role is only going to grow. Number 3, Colin Oliver out of Oklahoma State. Now, he didn't practice a ton in minicamp because of an injury. Suffered an injury this last year with the Cowboys. But with his speed and with his athleticism, I think a lot of people are talking about Baron Sorrell and what he could bring with that edge group. Colin Oliver is a guy that I think can be really, really good for this team. Number 2, a guy we've talked about a lot over this offseason is Marshawn Lloyd. He's going to be fully healthy. He feels 100%. He said it himself. I think that he's going to be a wonderful complement to Josh Jacobs, and I just pray that he stays healthy for the whole season because I cannot wait for him to dominate. And number one, I think Javon Bullard, okay? I think you're going to see him playing way more in the nickel now that Nate Hobbs is going to move to outside quarterback. He played the nickel a lot last year, but was kind of back and forth between that and safety. His primary position changed a lot. I think his primary position is going to be nickel. I think he's going to thrive because of that. You saw a lot of really great things from Bullard last season. I only expect him to expand on that this next year. Make sure you got me followed on social media, on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find me at Joey Petersen. I appreciate everybody who's followed me so far. Keep getting that number up. Trying to get to 1,000 Twitter followers. Really, really close to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. It's free, locks us in for daily coverage, and you don't want to be anywhere else. I'm Joey Petersen. Shout out producer Lopez. We'll see you next time. God bless.